call him out. Hit that live, red ring on, score the chat, something feels wrong. Fake pic, fake name, bad tone, tryna talk slick to a kid's phone. We see that text, that where you at? DM drip like a cold trap. Think you hitting on a throwaway account. We check receipts, stack them up, call you out. You think it's just a screen, we see the face behind it. You tryna play these teams, we hit record, rewind it. Girl, chill out. We don't play with creeps. Cameras on when the mask is weak. You came here tryna be a freak. Now you're viral in the worst way every week. Chill out, chill out. Lights on you, thought you slick, but we saw right through. Chill out. Here's your clout. Welcome to the channel where we call you out. Just a joke when we pull receipts. Got your face, got your car, got your dirty speech. Try to beg, try to cry, say you made a mistake, but you drove 30 miles for a fake first date. We got moms, we got dads in the comment zone. Whole squad in the chat like send them home. You press send, not approved, don't lie. That shaky little smile gonna trend worldwide. Just a game, we see the harm behind it. You out here hunting names, we here record, rewind it. Chill out. We don't play with creeps. Cameras on when the mask is weak. You came here tryna be a freak. Now you're viral in the worst way every week. Chill out. Chill out. Lights on you. Thought you slick, but we saw right through. Chill out. Chill out. Here's your clout.
How is everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome, Reza. How's it going? So, today we are talking about something very interesting that I was shown. So interesting, in fact, it haunts my dreams. By the way, thanks, Trent, for showing me Grizzly Man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. This is a horror show. This dude, I'll hand it to him. He had a fucking passion and he died trying to prove it and recorded himself dying. Yeah. Oh no. It's they left the lens cap on during this. So we didn't get the full imagery. So, yeah. We got the sounds. That we do have. But before we get into this man recording himself dying for the love of his passion, let's get into why and how it led up to this, okay? Yep. The man who died in the wild. The Grizzly Man. I only just found out about this, by the way. I only just found out about this. So I have noticed that the Wi-Fi is holding up, but I'm still trying to figure out where to place it, because I live in the buckfuck middle of nowhere. If you were unemployed, you would know. Yeah, I only just found out about this. But the Wi-Fi is better. So let's be thankful for that. It's better until somebody moves, like, in front of it. Okay.
Timothy Treadwell was a bear enthusiast. I love you.
He believed that he'd developed a special bond with a group of Alaskan grizzly bears. Right up until the moment they ate him alive.
Yeah, so this is the guy. This is the guy. Like, from what I understand, he did care for the bears. He did love the bears. He even led in protests about bears. Okay. But he loved them so much that they ripped him apart. I think the police actually found it was either his pilot or the police found one of the bears just gnawing on somebody's rib cage. I don't know if it was his rib cage, but it was clearly human.
It was the end of a routine expedition in October 2003 when Timothy's girlfriend Amy heard him screaming outside their tent. The same grizzlies he had spent the last 13 years getting close to were tearing him apart. And they would soon come for Amy, too. The next day, a pilot was scheduled to pick up Timothy and Amy.
Yeah, they were hungry. He tried to bond with the bears in the wild, dude. He tried to tame them in a way. It was like, it was almost hibernate. Okay, I do remember this part, all right? It was almost hibernation season. They were near a food source of theirs, which means they go there when they're hungry to store fat for winter, you know, and that wasn't a good idea. That was dumb, wasted. Damn it, now I need that sound effect. Fuck. But essentially, he was just dead. See? Yeah.
Amy, but as soon as he arrived at their campsite, it was clear there was no one left to take home. At first, the campsite seemed empty, until the pilot noticed a grizzly gnawing on something unusual, a
The
human
pilot.
rib cage.
Okay, so it was the
He
pilot.
slowly backed up and called the park rangers. They examined the grim scene and collected what was then identified as Timothy and Amy's remains. 2 bears were killed on the scene, and human remains were later found in their stomachs. During the investigation of this tragic event, authorities discovered something even more chilling than the couple's mauled bodies. Their final moments had been caught on tape.
Yeah, but they left the lens cap on. Man, that would be a horrible way to go. It sounded horrible. It sounded horrible. That's right. I heard it. I heard it. Yeah, they left the lens cap on, but you could hear everything.
Acclaimed documentary filmmaker Werner Herzog is one of the few people who have listened to the audio.
Julie, you must never listen to this.
I know, Werner. I'm never going to.
Even though it's never been released to the public, there are whispers that it has been leaked.
It has. I have it.
To some of the darker corners of the internet. More on that later, because first, we're going to look at what made these grizzlies.
It's actually, I believe, playing in the background there. Truth be told, it's playing in the background. The audio that he's talking over.
Snap. Why was Timothy told to leave the bears before October? How many times had he been warned about his
Documentary
dangerous
guy?
behavior?
Yeah, that's... It's... Well, it's not the... It's here on YouTube. But, you know, that sounds like the grizzly man hollering in the background. Like, it's horrifying listening to. It was locked away. Same with my broadcast where she shot herself. Ew. No, but no worries. I'm not actually.
And why was the camera rolling at the time of his death?
Well, from the report, you could hear him hollering Christine's name. She probably thought he wanted her to grab the camera to shoot something. When she looked outside, she seen that, and it just went all downhill from there. They didn't have bear spray. They didn't have anything to protect them in case something like this happened. It's just essentially, you know, dumb ways to die. Yeah.
Okay, maybe you've heard about Tim's passion for bears and...
No, but I want to know about his haircut. I really do. I want to know who did him dirty.
how he fiercely advocated for their conservation, speaking publicly against the threats they faced, both real and imaginary.
Everything he said in public seemed to be untrue.
In Yellowstone, they're trying to delist the bear.
There we go.
Right now.
That's what the haircut
yes,
for.
and they're going to.
It looks like
as
a
soon as
surfer
it's delisted
dude.
from the threatened list, they're going to begin a sport hunt, just a thrill kill.
During his youth, Timothy struggled to fit into human society.
I had the same exact haircut when I was a teenager. Oh, well, if I didn't hear it, then makes me feel a little bad.
Dropping out of college and spiraling into alcoholism, drug addiction, and a mismanagement of firearms. At the age of 32, during his first trip to Alaska, an encounter with a grizzly gave him a sense of purpose and belonging that he'd never found among people. He felt he was one of them and gave up drugs and never touched them again. He started returning.
Well, that's a plus on their side. Yo, that is probably the smartest thing I've ever heard law enforcement do, is destroying something like that. You know, because nobody wants to, you know, nobody wants to hear that sort of stuff. It's grim, it's dark, and me, I'm just dead to it at this point. So.
Turning every year, documenting his encounters with the massive bears in videos that soon captured the attention of the media and authorities. Without any formal training, he believed that
It still is a very interesting story. And I like how this is on a channel called How to Survive. I find that very ironic. Don't you?
What?
This being on a channel called How to Survive.
Yeah. I thought that was how to survival. Really how to get eaten by a bear, aka my best friend.
My best friend. You can just take those, man. If you want to. C charger.
Can I use it?
Yeah.
He had a special bond with the bears and that he was part of their society.
The bear right next to me is Cracker, and she's enjoying a fish right now.
But his interactions with the bears were becoming increasingly reckless.
Well, that's good.
After many warnings and citations, authorities published a new rule in 1998 known as the Treadwell Rule, which stated that campers should move their camp every few days to prevent bears from becoming accustomed to their presence. Timothy didn't accept park regulations quietly.
I'm the only protection for these animals out here. The government flying over a grand total of 2 times in 2 months. How dare they?
Well, you might be protecting them, but who's protecting you? Your wife stood there in horror. Man.
How dare they
Such a
challenge me?
terrible
How
fucking way to
dare they
go, dude.
smear me in their campaigns? How dare they? You motherfucking Park Service.
Funding his expeditions with donations from Hollywood celebrities and his own appearances in the media, he spent 13 summers living among bears, making
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen those. I think I've seen... Yeah, he made everything private. And from what I hear, even his new friends just fucking... Yeah. Okay, there we go. This is annoying, Reza. It is. It is.
making his own rules based on his observations of bears and his desire to fit into their groups. For his 2003 expedition, Timothy, now 46 years old,
Do what? You needed some.
What?
I'm just messing with you.
Did you hear me?
No.
I said no one has rolled up the windows to our vehicle.
that he believed no one had ever witnessed.
Here we go.
I'm your wife.
By the beginning of October, other campers started to leave Katmai.
Sorry, you guys. Been getting a drink and you're annoying, guys. I'm sorry. I'm such a professional at this.
National Park, because that's when the bears became more aggressive. But Timothy and Amy decided to stay. Timothy was obsessed with locating his favorite female bear.
He had every single opportunity.
So they moved their camp to a location where many trails frequently used by bears converged. The camp was also now close to a lake filled with salmon, a magnet for bears, especially as winter hibernation approaches and they're desperately searching for food to gain weight. About 12 noon on October 5th, 24 hours before a bush plane was scheduled to pick them up, they called a friend from their satellite phone, and that was the last time anyone spoke to the couple. Evidence found later indicates that it was raining heavily and that Amy was inside the tent preparing snacks when she heard Timothy calling for her from outside. Her first instinct was to turn on the camera, but soon his voice turned into desperate yelling. Amy left the camera recording inside the tent without even removing the lens cap and came out to find a massive 450-kilogram bear attacking Timothy. He was screaming for help.
Man. That is such a horrible fucking way to go. There's an actual documentary on this, isn't there? I need to watch that. I need to watch that, and then I'm gonna make a video about it. You can, damn.
Wait, baby, don't be mean.
You need to watch this documentary. The actual documentary. It's just a video. What's up? Red Bull. You want a drink? I knew that's what you were doing. She was looking for acne. And now she's going at my back. Then, run. Okay, sorry. My wife decided she was going to pick at my acne. And then she made me go get some clothes off the porch. See, this is why I make these videos, so you guys don't have to sit there and wait for me to, do something.
Now you want to know for the chickens outside. Somebody will come help cook them outside if you can. trying to get that look.
For help, asking her to hit the bear to scare it away. Amy told him to play dead, but the bear wasn't attacking him out of fear. It was attacking because it was hungry. Realizing that his situation was hopeless, Timothy told Amy to save herself. The couple wasn't carrying any bear spray or any bear deterrent that might have saved their lives. Just minutes after the recording began, Timothy's screams stopped and the tape ran out. No one knows how long Amy stayed alive after Timothy's attack, but both bodies were found 24 hours later by the pilot who was supposed to fly them home.
Yeah, they were just fucked. They were just fucked. I feel like that was more of a them issue than the bears, okay? They decided to hibernate themselves next to their fucking food source. Man.
I hear rain and I hear Amy, get away, go away. Can you turn it off? Julie, you must never listen to this.
I know, Werner. No one's gonna hear us.
Despite this, rumors of the audio being leaked flooded the internet. Now, our account is based on the description provided by the National Park Service regarding the incident. According to the authorities, it was Timothy's long-standing reckless behavior and disrespect for the park rules that led to the tragic attack. Especially his choice to camp in a known bear area close to their source of food, and making the bears comfortable with his presence, approaching them and even touching them. Now, despite this sad story, did you know that grizzlies are not even the deadliest of the bears?
Again, this is on a channel called How to Survive. Yeah, that is just a horrible way to go. So this man had his own TV show. Becoming a bear backfired.
You say, uh-oh, not me. Hi. I am one of them and just belong. And they know I'm safe and do not compete. You know, he tried to be a bear. He tried to act like a bear, and for us on the island, you don't do that.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sid, and in today's video, I am going to be talking about Timothy Treadwell. He is a man who lived alongside brown bears, weasels, wolves, moose, and foxes in the Katmai National Park in Alaska. And whenever I see his story resurge on social media, it always interests me, so I've finally decided to go down the rabbit hole. And I really didn't expect to end up making a video about it, because it's one of those situations
my best friend. Well, this is part of my best friend
already, so I didn't want to just rehash stuff that has already been talked about.
The other part is like yummy, yummy pizza in my tummy. That's a different kind of salsa.
Out a whole bunch of times, but as I went digging, I discovered that there is still a lot of meat left on the bone. So I will be getting into everything in this video. But first, I just want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is a huge help when it comes to protecting your personal information online, because I'm sure everybody has received spam emails or rogue.
Can you imagine how many people out
Where's
there
your wife's purse?
just you know, lost my train of thought there for a second. Oh, how many people are out there just befriending fucking murder cats and shit? No, we got Lion King over there. Oh, wait. No, we don't. Not anymore. We had Timothy, and then Timothy was just like, let me just set up a tent near their food source. Get both me and my wife eating at the same time. What a way to go. I really need the fucking theme song for Dumb Ways to Die. So many dumb ways to die. Just play that song in the background of my stream.
Robocalls before and wondered how they got your personal details to begin with. They got it because data brokers are making fortunes selling your information. But that is where Aura steps in. They can identify the data brokers exposing your personal information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your information if you ask them to.
What? Poor.
Well, what did you do with the lighter this morning?
Sorry, you guys. We are a very active family. I don't know if you can hear that beluga whale in the background. But
What you're not supposed to do.
oh man.
That's right.
Okay, so back to the video. So Timothy camped in the Katmai National Park for 13 summers from 1990 to 2003. But the summers from 1990 to 1998, he would set up his tent in just the Hallow Bay area. He called that place the Grizzly Sanctuary. It was made up of green, wide open spaces and was home to a dense population of bears. And that was exactly why Tim went to that area. But it was also a reason why bear guides, filmmakers, and photographers also went to that area. He too also photographed the wildlife. At the start, he would take photos with a basic point-and-shoot camera, which was nothing compared to what the other advanced photographers had, but he had something they didn't have. He was able to get incredibly close to the bears. When he first went to Alaska as a part of a bear tour group in 1989, he ventured away from the group to try and encounter some bears one-on-one. He ended up crossing paths with 3 bears, and each time they did, he started to sing. He published a book in 1997 titled Among Grizzlies, Living with Wild Bears in Alaska. In that book, he said that his singing may have communicated some kind of goodwill.
Yeah.
Please. You do something, I'll do something. I just...
Yeah, I got you.
to them because they remained mostly indifferent to his presence.
I talk sweetly to them. Sometimes I sing songs to them. I love you. I love you.
Maybe he could try singing a lullaby to them while he was being torn apart. What do you think?
I gave him something to do a stream.
This man decided to hibernate with the bears.
My best
Little did he know
friend.
it was going to be his perma-hibernation.
My best friend. Did you hear about the man in Alaska?
Hey, wouldn't it be messed up if they like cremated him, sprinkled him on some meat and fed him to the bears? Wild.
If I'm pretty sure, I think his sister made his tombstone the bear.
I wouldn't want it to be. I feel like that would be insulting, dude. I do. Make my tombstone a bear and a bear killed me. Watch, I'll come back and haunt you, okay?
When you sing to an animal, you bring out the nice in you. You bring out the calm. You become gentle. Animals can pick up on that gentleness.
And when he returned to Alaska the following year to camp alone in Hallow Bay, he worked on being at one with the bears. He behaved like the bears and sometimes even got down on all fours.
Primarily, he did not act like a person. He would act like a bear. He would hide from bears. He would allow bears to get a lot closer than we would normally recommend people to do. He would do things like rub himself with bear dung and strip himself down to where he actually felt like he was a bear. And at times he would...
That is disgusting. That is gross. Bro's taking Pheromone Max into a whole new level.
grunt and talk like a bear.
He gave a whole bunch of bears names and continued to push the boundaries. He started touching them and interacting with mother bears and their cubs, which was particularly surprising considering how protective mother bears can be over their young, and by doing this he was able to capture some really incredible close-up shots for the time. Through his photography he attracted some corporate sponsors like Patagonia and most importantly the camera company Minolta, and in 1998 he was able to upgrade his equipment and start video recording everything. And that was also when he decided to venture to another area of the Katmai National Park. From then on, he split his summers in two parts of the park. At the beginning of the summers, he would set up camp in Hallow Bay. Then towards the end of the summer, he would move to the Kuflia Bay area, which was where the wilderness was a lot more unforgiving. In that area, there was thick greenery with bear paths carved through it, which he would call the Grizzly Maze. And these locations were so secluded, he would need to be flown in. On camera,
this guy talks slower than I do. He does. He does.
Yeah. What?
It's murdering
You're
me.
hungry a lot lately.
he acted very passionately
I don't
about the
know that.
bears and remained calm when he was surrounded by them. He was recording
But at
footage
least he's
to
keeping his
educate
commentary
people
low.
on the bears and to hopefully be able to make his own show. He filmed
It's in the black in that area
What?
a little bit. I'm just now getting back into commentary, guys. I'm sorry.
filmed footage and narrated what he was saying, as well as spoke to the camera. And one of the things that he reiterated to the camera was that he could die out there.
Really a good chance this year that I'm actually going to die or something. And if I do, well, I do it with the love and devotion in my heart for this work and for these animals and something I just know is right. I just know it's good. I know what I'm doing.
What you're doing is about to be the death of you.
God, be warned. I will die for these animals. I will die for these animals. I will die for these animals. But there are
You do.
times when my life is on the precipice of death, and that these bears can bite. They can kill. If I am weak, I go down. I love them with all my heart. I will protect them. I will die for them.
But year after year passed where he made it out alive. He believed he developed a sense of mutual trust and respect with the animals, but what he didn't trust were the people in the area.
And I came up and put my hand on his shoulder, and oh boy, you never saw a person so frightened in all of his life. He kind of fell on the ground, and he starts making bear noises. And anyhow, I said, Timothy, I'm not going to hurt you or anything. I just want to talk to you. And the only words I ever heard from Timothy were, I just want to be left alone.
But there were some people that Tim liked to be around. One of them was longtime co-worker, friend, and ex-girlfriend, Jewel Palavac. She would help him organize his trips to Alaska, and she was credited as one of the authors on his 1997 book. They also founded Grizzly People, a non-profit group devoted to educating people and protecting bears and their habitat worldwide. She was his closest friend, and because he was estranged from his family, she was his power of attorney and the heir to his estate. Tim even wrote and signed a note to the Park Service claiming that he had no living relatives, and if he were to be killed, then his belongings and remains should be given to Jewel. But even though him being harmed was a real possibility, she knew that when he mentioned it on camera, it was for the purposes of trying to make a compelling show. Not necessarily because he actually thought that.
He was very dramatic. The inevitability, I might not make it, this might be my last time, which were all very true. But I really
Why are you all laid up in my bed like that?
He didn't want it. He really didn't.
He was hamming it up too. It was dramatic.
He didn't have the death wish.
For Tim, there was a host of other issues.
No bear spray, no protection. They killed you with their murder mittens.
I want to make this receipt. You got chicken donkeys?
He was fun, very active of the bears in the national park, and he believed his presence helped deter poachers and trophy hunters. He even came across a structure erected amongst the trees, which was likely used by poachers or trophy hunters to hang an animal up and butcher them.
Well, a very dramatic discovery here in the raging riverside of the Grizzly Sanctuary. Here where there are lots of moose, it appears a moose poaching operation. This heavy bar put across here, tied on securely so that you can cut up game such as moose, possibly bears.
Oh, man. You guys, we'll get back to this later. I gotta go figure out a couple things real quick.